I'm here today to show you how easy it is to use our UH24UNV unit heater bracket and hang this nice little heat star unit heater. As long as they've got the L brackets on, this works just perfect. But anyway, this just drops onto the L bracket. You center out the holes, kind of center it from front to back. Drop these bolts that come with the unit. They got rubber washers on them to help eliminate vibration. So yeah, bolt each one of the corners. Once you get all these bolts in here, you take and you center it front to back and then right to left as best as possible. And then of course you take and tighten these up. And I'm using a drill with a 9/16 ratchet or a 9/16 socket and a 9/16 wrench here. Make it go nice and easy. Once these are tightened down in place nice, you're happy with it being centered right to left, front to back. You take this 1/2 inch bolt that has a 3/4 inch head with a nice serrated washer on it here. And you run this in the center hole on this particular brand to keep it centered. You screw this in here about halfway down, maybe just a little past halfway, but leaving about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch there of gap is the perfect distance. Then what we do is we take this ceiling bracket, we call it. This is made with the notch and the lips, so this hooks over top of the bolt like that. But anyway, these got holes. These are set up 16 on center, 24 on center, and you can move it sideways or pick the holes you need to pick to catch a rafter, a joist, or a stud of any sort, any wood up above. So it's pretty flexible as far as that goes. And we also send these 3/8 lags that are 2.5 inches long to go up through here. They also got rubber washers on them, so when that gets bolted up there, it helps eliminate any chance of vibration and things like that. That's why we like the rubber washers. So once that's all up in place, you lift the heater up and you hook the bolt head over top of it. However you decide to lift that heater up, whether it's by hand or whether it's with the lift. But once that's hooked, slid into place, the weight's totally taken care of. You don't have to worry about it falling or dropping. So once that's done, you take and tighten this down with your fingers if you can. Sometimes there's a little weight on it, so you got to use, the wrench. But it's nice to use this ratcheted 3/4 inch wrench, box end or the ratchet end if you got a wrench in your toolbox or anything. But the 3/4 inch ratchet's a nice wrench to use with these. Takes a little of the work out of it. But anyway, this gets tightened down at whatever angle you want to set this heater at. You can set it at a 90-degree angle if you want. And this could go right on a joist. But anyway, you pick the angle in which you want that at, and once that angle's you're satisfied with that, you just tighten this down nice and firm, good and snug, and that really locks it in place. It's pretty solid. It's going to hold that heater nice and firm. The other thing we do is we ship a couple L brackets. These are our L brackets with it, one for each side of the heater that can go up against the ceiling and screw to the side of the unit. This kind of fine-tunes the leveling and secures the unit a little better when you're totally done. I'm here to demonstrate how our wall bracket for unit heaters works. It's the UHWB36. It means it's 36 inches away from the wall, and it's our unit heater wall bracket, so it's UHWB. That mounts to the wall. You find a stud or wood behind it, and you firmly lag or anchor this to the wall very, very firmly. We ship lag bolts with it, thinking you're going to mount it into wood, but you can use anchor bolts and mount it into concrete or however it works to mount it to the wall. But these go through here. They're like 5.5 inch lag bolts, so there's plenty of it going into the wood. And then we have 2 bolt holes on the top where the majority of the weight hangs with reinforcement on the top of each one of them. Once this is anchored to the wall and you're satisfied with it there, the next thing you need to do is you need to put our angled support back to the wall here. This bolts to there, and this is designed to be angled out at 16 inches off of here, so you can catch a 16-inch stud over here, or you're going to have to put some backing or wood there to make sure that this is anchored on there nice and firm. And of course this just bolts through here like this with the hardware that we provide. So that's the way that works. Once this is mounted to the wall nice and firm, we use our ceiling bracket out of our UH24UNV is the best ceiling bracket. We have others, but the UH24UNV is the best one to use when you use the wall bracket. And this is the ceiling bracket, and what this does is it bolts right to this, okay? So it's sitting here like this. This bolts right to that with the bolt holes that come down through here. And this can be bolted out here as far out as this, or you can shift it back a few more inches or shift it back even a few more inches, depending on the size and the model of the unit you're trying to hang and the angle you're trying to hang it at. So you've got some options on how far that is actually away from the wall at the center point. So, you know, once that's on there, you hang the heater just like you normally would going to the ceiling, and you're hanging off the wall. It becomes very nice and solid, very sturdy.